Hello, welcome to How to Play Perpetual Motion, a game for one player. This game comes to us from Solitaire by David Parlay, and the most important thing to do is take a 52 deck of cards, no jokers, deal out 4 cards into 13 rows, or 13 columns basically. And these are going to represent each rank of each card. Make sure you have 4. If you don't have 4, you'll just have to go through your cards, make sure you didn't deal out 5. I managed to do that here. Little oversight, but other than that, just take 4 cards. Each row of the 13 rows should have 4 cards in it. If you find an extra one, obviously you miscounted. And so now we have all 13 rows, and you'll have to make a mental note of which row represents what. So ace, 2, 3, 4. I indented the 5 ranks, so 5 and 10 are indented. You can do however you want. Table wasn't wide enough to do all this, so what we're going to do, we're going to take the top card of each one of these and put it on the bottom of the next one, unless that row is represented by what it should be. So if there's an ace at the top of the first, we'll ignore that and go to the next available one that does not match what it should be. So we will ignore that ace, we'll ignore that 2, we'll go to the next one. And we'll keep doing this until every card is as it should be. This is a pure time burner. There's no choice. There's no skill involved. Eventually, these cards are going to show the rank that they're supposed to be, and then in that case, we're going to clear them off and start the whole process again. The game will be won if we manage to do this 3 times. If we can't get 3 ace through kings cleared, then we have lost the game. If it becomes jammed up, we will have lost this. This is a pure time burner. There's no skill involved. Your arms will eventually get tired doing this. So my recommendation is to use this only for when you have a long wait and plenty of space. Other than that, there are some little variants I've seen. I did not really cover those rules in filming this, simply because it was in the chapter of Solitaire by David Parlay, where he described the games as not really being all that skillful because they're closed games. They're not open games. They're not builders. They simply are games that no other cards are added from a stock. There's no real choice to be made. This one is much like Clock Solitaire, which has been covered by other game producers. So once we finally have ace through king, we'll just grab all those cards up, and we'll put that free card under the first card that was available, that ace, and simply grab up each card and put them aside. And we'll just keep going with this process unless, of course, a card matches what it should be. So it's a little tricky the first couple of times you play this, and you'll probably only play it a few times because, like I said, your arms are going to get tired. It is just an endless process. And about 45% of the time you'll win this. The rest of the time you're going to lose this game. And it's a pure time burner. There's really no reason to play this other than the fact that it's just an interesting game that will burn time. Good for children to play. It'll tire them out. If you're somewhere where they can't be running around safely, perfect thing to do, teach them this, have them do it. And so there we are. We've got our whole row that each card is what it should be. We'll set that aside, so that's number 2. So let's see if we can get the third the third round over. If we can manage to win this round, we will win the game, and 45% of the time you're going to be able to do that. And so now we got plenty of cards being what they should, so it gives us a lot less to work with. That's why it's called Perpetual Motion, because you just keep moving and keep moving and keep moving until eventually the cards are what they should be. And it just keeps on. Just keeps on keeping on until it gets to be the right ones. Then once it's the right ones, you'll ignore it for a while. And here we go. Now we're in the ignoring certain cards phase. And then we've gone through 3 times of that. We are not going to have the correct one. We ended up losing it. So if you like playing card games, you want to play card games in public that aren't necessarily solitaires, come to card game meetups on Reddit. do check out the link for our Discord channel, and if you ever find yourself in Branson, Missouri, do check out the Branson Board Game Cafe. Like and subscribe so we can get to 1,000 members so that we can have little battles and all sorts of things. We could vote on upcoming game videos. Right now, we need about 900 more subscribers, so if you like these videos, do share them with your friends. If you want to play card games that are on this channel, share them with your friends. Say, hey, look at the rules of this. I want to play this card game with you sometime. Once we get 1,000 subscribers, we could start our own community tab, and that's where the fun will really happen. That's where we'll get to have democracy and personal attacks, and you can see all kinds of things. All right, it'll be great, but I need 1,000 subscribers before we can do that. Right now we're about 112, which is not bad, but it could be better, so do share these videos with your friends. Also want to thank today's musician, Bogart Sagan, for his waltz number 17. Thank you for giving us permission to use that, and I will see you next video.